Hello there. I've had a request to do a practice for those of you who have injuries or feeling a little bit tight or a bit restricted and not feeling just really something which is a little bit easier for those of you if there's anything's happening in the body. Now, my recommendation if you do have any injuries or conditions, you always have a chat with me first before we do a practice, and you definitely consult your health practitioner. But I'm hoping what we do today you can accommodate for whatever's going on in your body. I would like you to start seated so you can sit on a bolster or pile of cushions, cross-legged, kneeling, or you can sit yourself on a chair. So I just want you to be able to sit comfortably for a few moments. Just lift the sit bones if you are seated, settle yourself down, palm upturned in palm, and just close your eyes and just feel yourself settling and arriving. So with your sit bones beautifully grounded down into the earth, feel your spine lengthening up, crown of the head sort of extends up towards the ceiling. There's a lovely openness across the chest. There's a very subtle lift through the pelvic floor, so your postural muscles are supporting you here. And I just want you to observe. Take a moment to arrive into your practice and begin to scan the body on a physical level, just checking in with any areas that present itself, any areas that feel tight, open, hot, cold, maybe a little restricted. Just purely observing, right from the crown of your head all the way down to the tips of your toes. And I'd like you to take your breath into those areas that might be holding or feel like they're holding a little bit of tension, tightness, and just allow your exhalation to soften, release, and open. Allowing the exhale to soften, release, and open. Good. Bring your awareness to your breath and just observe your breath and whether the breath is smooth, short, long, or a little restricted, and whether your breath sits more into the abdomen or into the chest. Just purely observing at this stage. And still keeping the eyes closed, I'm going to ask you to bring your hands onto your abdominal area. And as you breathe in, I want you to feel the belly expanding. And on your exhale, let it settle. So as you inhale, feel the abdomen expand. And exhale, let it settle. And let this be your focus for a few moments, just feeling that beautiful abdominal expansion. And that natural settling on the exhale. As you feel that expansion not just expands out to your hands, but also begins to expand to the back body, the side body, down to the earth and up towards the crown of your head. So in every direction there's an expansion in that abdominal area, just like a balloon as it expands. Good. Just a couple more of those abdominal breaths. Very nourishing and grounding breath to also enable the parasympathetic nervous system to start to kick in, our rest and digest mechanism. And here we're going to just look down before we open the eyes, and then very slowly open the eyes and open up. When you're ready, we're going to start with some shoulder rolls. So let's just roll the shoulders in one direction, nice and slow. So we're just really trying to mobilize into that shoulder joint. And then we're going to do some shoulder rolls in the opposite direction. Good, perfect, good. Let's interlace the fingers behind the back of the head. So it's just on that bumpy ridge of the head called the occiput. We're just going to bring the elbows forward. And as you exhale, drop your chin down towards your chest. Now relax the shoulders. Feel a very slight pressure as the hands draw down and the head pushes back into the hands, but neither one is winning. Lovely stretch through the back of the neck area. And then when you're ready, inhale, come up, open your elbows, gently draw in the abdomen. Let's take the throat forward and very slowly take the chest up and the gaze up. And then exhale, come back to center and release. We're going to take our left hand on the right side of the head, have the gaze looking down, and a little bit of a gentle pressure again, hand into head, head into hand. But really feel that right shoulder relaxing here. Allow the chin to come a little closer towards the chest. That's a slightly deeper stretch. Slowly release your hand, come back to center. Let's do the other side. So once you've swapped your hand over, a little bit of gentle pressure, head to hand to head. Relax into your left shoulder now. And maybe after a few breaths, you can take the chin a little closer to the chest. Good. And then slowly let's release. From here, let's just bring the thumb in and wrap the fingers around and just do a little bit of rotation through the wrist joint. And then in the opposite direction. Good. Beautiful. Good. Okay, a little bit more. Good. And good. Gently flick it all out. From here, we're going to come up and we're going to move whatever we're sitting on away, and we're going to come onto a mat, onto all fours. So as we come onto all fours, if kneeling is a little sensitive, you can double up your mat, or you can sit on kneel on a cushion. Okay, so from here, we're going to move through cat-cow. So I'm going to have our wrists and our shoulders in line, our hips and knees in line. And from here, as you inhale, we're just going to take the chest forward. And as you exhale, we're going to round out the spine. So as you inhale, the tailbone lifts, the chest slowly comes forward. And then as you exhale, we gently tuck the tailbone under, round the spine out, chin tucked in. So inhaling, chest is coming forward. Exhale, rounding out your spine. And I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. And I want you to feel this movement through every part of your spinal column. You're trying to articulate into every single vertebrae. And now we're going to connect with this back with our breath. And the length of your movement is the length of your breath. So we're all going to be a little different here. So the inhale is when we come forward. And then we pause. And then we exhale and we round it out. Just in your own time, flowing through this movement. This is feeling a little intense on your wrists. Then you can actually make fists instead and do this movement on your fists as well. The next time you come forward, pause. Then exhale, round it all the way out. And as you round out, I'd like you to stay here. Come right up onto the tips of the fingers and try and lift the upper back a little further up to the ceiling. Let the chin tucked in. So you might get a slightly deeper stretch through the back of the body. And then you're very welcome to walk the fingertips a little closer towards the knees. This might be a little bit stronger still. Really rounding out the back body. Scoop the belly in. And then when you're ready, slowly walk those hands back out. So setting yourself up onto all fours again. This time we're going to do some circles. So we're going to start small, just nice small circles. Start clockwise in your direction. And if it feels comfortable and you're going to go deeper, fingers are going to gently grip. Just be mindful of your knees and your wrists here. And we're going to make those circles a little bit bigger. So just listen to how the body responds, and you can stay small or you can shift forward, go a little wider, shift back as you just flow here. Good, just slowing that down, making it smaller, coming back to your center, and then let's reverse that movement in the other direction. So start small. Fingers are gently grip. That just helps switch on those wrist muscles. And then you might feel ready to take it a little bit bigger. Not sure if you can hear the noise here, but I'm hoping you can't. But the puppy has got hold of the pool noodle and is pulling it apart because she knows I can't stop her. I'm in the middle of a video. That's it. Maybe take it a little bit deeper, a little bit bigger. That's it. Beautiful. And then let's slow it down. So just making that movement a little bit smaller as you come all the way back to center. Now we're going to do a bit of work opening up through the upper thoracic area. So I'm going to get you to take your left palm in the middle of your mat underneath your forehead, and we're going to stretch our right arm up towards the ceiling. Now here, as you exhale, we're going to sweep that right arm through, and it doesn't matter if your shoulder and ear doesn't come to the floor. That's not important. We're going to inhale, sweep the arm up, and then exhale, we're going to sweep the arm through. Good. Inhaling the arm up. Exhale, taking it all the way through. Good. This is our last one. Inhale, let's take that arm up. Exhale, take it through and pause and maybe bring the shoulder and ear to the floor. Now your left palm, you can have it close to your face or you can have it stretched out in front of you. I just want you to feel a lovely opening through the upper part of the spine. So for stability, I'd like you to feel like those outer parts of your hips are hugging in. And you're beginning to slide that right fingertips a little bit further away from your nose. So you're turning the chest a little bit further up to the ceiling. Now just close your eyes and just feel yourself soften here. Gently draw in the lower abdomen so you're creating that stability through the lower back. And then to come out, bring the left palm next to your face. Inhale, stretch that right arm up and exhale, lower down. Let's take the right hand under your forehead, this time stretching the left arm up. Exhale, let's sweep it through. Good. Inhale, taking the arm up. Exhale, sweep it through. As always, it doesn't matter if you don't reach the floor. Inhale, taking that arm up. Exhale, let's sweep it through. Good. This is going to be our last one. Inhale, let's come up. Exhale, sweep it all the way through. And let's try and take that shoulder and ear to the floor. Right hand next to your face and stay, or stretch the right arm forward. Outer hips to feel like they're hugging in, and then maybe begin to open the chest just a little bit more up towards the ceiling. Just keep breathing here. It always feels a little bit more restricted because we're doing a bit of a twist, but just steady the breath. Breathe back down into the abdomen to allow the nervous system to settle. Now to come out, right palm next to your face, inhaling, stretching that left arm up, and exhale, take it down. We're going to take the knees nice and wide for child pose. So child pose is where we sit back on our heels, and we're going to extend in this version with the arms out in front. Now, if that feels too much on your knees, then you can keep your hips over your knees, and you can just stretch the arms forward here. If you are in child pose, settle back towards your heels and just lengthen the arms out in front and just soften through the shoulders, soften through the jaw. I'd like you to still feel like the front of your body is actually lifting to the back of your body. So we're not dropping and collapsing through the front of the body, we're lifting upwards. As you take a breath in, begin to feel the chest and the upper back expanding. And as you exhale, feel that lift in the pelvic floor and gently draw in the lower abdomen. On your next inhale, we're going to walk our fingertips all the way over to the left side of the mat. Let's start by lengthening the right side. So feeling a lovely stretch down the right side. So feel like the right fingertips maybe walk a little bit further forward and that right hip drops back. Chest towards the floor, breathe. When you're ready, on your inhale, walk the fingertips back to center. Let's do the other side all the way over to the right side now. So we're stretching the left side and just feel the left fingertips stretch forward, left hip softens back, and let the breath settle. Good. Inhale all the way back to center. From here, we're going to slide forward onto our bellies. That's it. So once we've come onto our abdomen, we're going to engage our legs, push into the tops of the feet, push into the pubic bone. I want you to feel like you're trying to draw your belly away from the mat. Our hands are going to be underneath the shoulders here. Imagine you've got a marble and it's by your nose, and you're pushing that marble forward. And keep the abdomen drawing in as you inhale. Push that marble towards the front of the mat as you begin to slowly peel yourself up into baby cobra. And then we're going to exhale, lower all the way down. So inhale, slowly bring yourself up, engaging your back muscles. And exhale, lower all the way down. Good. Inhale, slowly lift the chest. Maybe come up a little higher if that feels okay. And then exhale, lower yourself all the way down. Tuck your toes under, push back up onto all fours. Let's take child pose. Maybe bring the legs together this time and just stretch the arms out in front. Exhale completely. When you're ready, slide yourself forward onto your abdomen. Hands onto shoulders again. Engage the legs. Push into pubic bone. Lift the belly. Inhale, begin to lift the chest, maybe coming up a little higher now. And exhale, lower. If you'd like a variation, take the fingertips out to the side. Elbows bend up to the ceiling. Inhale, bring yourself slowly up. And exhale, lower. Keep the abdomen gently drawing in. Last one, inhale, lift. Let's keep breathing here. So feel that lift in the pelvic floor. Draw the abdomen in. Try not to overgrip through your glutes here. And then exhale, lower yourself all the way down. Hands under shoulders. Tuck your toes. Slowly push yourself back to child pose. Bring the knees together if you can. That's just a nicer release for the back. Maybe even stretch the arms back behind you. Good, beautiful, lovely, deep, long exhale. Keep the chin in as you inhale. Slowly roll yourself all the way up. From this position, we're going to come up into high kneeling. We're going to step our right foot forward. I want to open up a little bit through the hips. So once again, put something under the knee if it feels too strong. Also, as we come forward, you can use blocks. If you don't have blocks, I've been using quite useful. I've sort of in practices, I've been suggesting you can use tins, or if you've got a brick or anything that's lying around, which just gives you elevation, or you can bring your hands onto your knees. But what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to push the hips forward and lengthen the spine. Make sure your knee and ankle are in line here. You're very welcome to untuck the back toe. That's a little bit stronger. But I want you to feel that lift through your pelvic floor. And just close your eyes and just let the hips soften and drop a little deeper. Now, for a lot of people, this feels quite intense. So don't push forward. Just stay back or come up a little bit higher in your low lunge. Good. Beautiful. When you're ready, tuck the back toe under, push into your front foot. Inhale, come up. I'd like you to slide your front foot in a little bit closer so your hip and your knee are in line. And we're very gently tucking under. It's like your ribs are trying to connect with your hip bones here, but we're still long through the upper part of the spine. And we're just going to inhale, stretch our arms up towards the ceiling. Now soften the shoulders. I'd like your right hand to grab hold of your left wrist, stretch the arm up, and just exhale up and over to your right side. So feeling a lovely opening through that left side of the body. Good. Inhale all the way back to center. And exhale, let's lower. So when you're ready, slide that right foot back and let's swap over and bring the left foot forward. Let's start a little bit lower in our lunge, knee and ankle in line, push the hips forward, lengthen the spine forward, tuck the toe or untuck it. Too strong, you can come up a little bit higher here. Close your eyes as you feel your way into this shape. Breathe. Find a little bit more length. Pelvic floor lifts. Good. Now to transition up, tuck your back toe under, push into your front foot and come up. Bring the front foot in a little bit closer. Very subtly tuck under, so we're finding a little bit of shortening from your ribs to your hip, but we're still maintaining that open through the chest. Inhale, take the arms up, soften the shoulders. This time, left hand's going to grab the right wrist, lengthen and stretch all the way up and over to your left side now. So we're just stretching in the opposite direction. Keep breathing here. If you're familiar, you can go a little bit deeper, just really listening to how your body feels. Inhale, come all the way up, and exhale, release. Let's slide that left foot back. From here, we're going to move into a down dog. So if down dog's not for you today, you can come back to child pose, or you can come into heart melting pose, letting the heart come down. Otherwise, for down dog, plant the hands a little further out in front, tuck your toes, hover your knees, so we're really working the abdomen, and downward facing dog. And in your downward facing dog, keep the heels lifted to begin with, so that the importance is actually lengthening the spine. You're very welcome to walk it out, just lifting one heel at a time. You can be still if that feels better for you. You can rest at any point. And then I'm going to ask you to come to a place of stillness, and the head might begin to chatter now, the mind begin to wander. So just come back to your breathing. Close your eyes, inhaling and exhaling. Push into base of fingers, roll the shoulders away from your ears. As the hips lift, still keep the knees just a little soft, or really soften them in if this feels too strong. Good, perfect. From here, now lift the heels up really high, soften the knees. Let's walk the hands back towards the feet, and then let the feet come onto the floor. Hold your shins, half lift, so lengthen your spine forward. And exhale, let's fold. Good. Inhale, half lift, so lengthen your spine forward. And exhale, fold. Push into your feet, and then inhale, slowly roll yourself all the way up. Slowly, slowly. Let's stretch those arms up, raise the chin. And exhale, bring your hands back down, coming up to the front of your mat. From this position, we're going to inhale, float the arms all the way up. And exhale, we're going to fold forward. We come through our half lift, so we just lengthen our spine. And we exhale, fold. We push into feet. Inhale, roll the body up, arms up, gaze up. And exhale, hands back to prayer. If looking up doesn't feel good for your neck, just look forward in your natural anatomical position. Good. Two more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Hold the legs, half lift, lengthening your spine. And exhale, fold. Push into feet. Inhale, roll yourself up. Arms up, gaze up. Exhale, hands to prayer. Release. Inhale, arms float up. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Half lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. This time, hands down. Let's step back into a kneeling position. In kneeling, heart comes forward. Cat. Exhale, cow. Inhale, come forward. We're going to lower, so squeeze your elbows in as you come all the way down. Lengthen your spine. Inhale, lift your chest. And exhale, lower, tuck your toes, push back up onto all fours. Child pose or downward facing dog. Deep, long exhale. When you're ready, walk your hands all the way towards your feet. Hold your legs, half lift, lengthen. And exhale, fold. Walk the hands forward, coming into a plank. So this is pretty strong, so drop the knees if you need. Push down into the earth, lift the front of the body to the back of the body. So your heart comes forward and your heels lengthen back. This is quite a strong, heart-warming, heat-inducing posture. Keep breathing here. And then when you're ready, drop your knees, exhale into your child pose. Arms out or stretch them back behind, and you're very welcome to stack the hands underneath your forehead if you need to. To come out, stretch the arms out again. Inhale up onto all fours, and let's make our way to down dog. Just for a breath in. And breathe out. Now lift your heels, walk your hands back towards your feet. Feet flat down, push into the feet. Inhale, roll yourself up. Arms up, gaze up. And exhale, hands come back to heart center. From here, we're going to sit down. So if you can, take the feet really wide. So really careful for your knees here. We're going to squeeze the heels in and we're going to slowly squat our way down. If you can, hold your squat for a few moments. You might stay high with your elbows on the knees. Now lift the belly so it's really working to support you. Those of you in this full squat, you might take prayer position and then gracefully lower your bottom down and stretch your legs out in front. Just lift your sit bones. I'm going to ask you to sit yourself either on a folded blanket or a cushion, or you can sit yourself on a bolster here. Okay, so my cushion seems to have disappeared, so I'm just going to fold up my mat to create a little bit of a lift for my hips. And we're going to bend the knees, nice. Bend in the knees, wrap the arms underneath, lengthen your body, and exhale, just fold slowly forward. So a nice passive forward fold. Relax the shoulders. Just feel like your front of your body is just subtly floating over your thighs. Now, for some of you, that will feel really comfortable, and you're more than welcome to extend the legs out a little further, or you can even hold your feet, but as long as you're not using your hands and your arms to pull you forward. And as we come into a held posture, the mind might begin to wander again. So if it does, just come back to your breath. Nice, steady inhale and exhale. Let the breath just anchor you. One point of focus, the breath. To come out, we're going to release the arms and we're going to inhale slowly, come all the way up. From that, we're going to lie on our back. So just bend the knees, move whatever you were sitting on out of the way, and very slowly lower yourself down onto your mat. Now, hug your knees into the chest. Give yourself a lovely big squeeze. You might even bring the head, neck, and shoulders off the floor, but keep the chin in and the shoulders nice and soft. And then lower your head back down. We're going to come into bridge, so fingertips can just about touch the backs of the knees. Arms are down by the side body. As you inhale, we're just going to slowly lift the hips up, thighs track parallel. That's it. So the knees feel like they're extending to the toes. And then we're going to exhale, lower all the way down. So we can do a couple more like that. So inhale, slowly lifting the hips. And then exhale, lowering all the way down. If you'd like to introduce the arms, you can inhale, lift the hips and float the arms to the ceiling, or maybe back behind you. Then you exhale and you lower the arms and the hips together. So close eyes. Inhale, lift the hips, maybe float the arms. Exhale, lower the arms and the hips, and just flowing up and down. And once again, your breath is the length of this movement. Good. If you've got it in you, let's just do one more. Lifting those hips. Maybe keep the hips lifted. Hold this. Push into the big toes, into the heels. Lift the hips a little bit higher. Soften the shoulders. Breathe here. And then when you're ready, exhale, lower your arms and your hips all the way down. Give yourself a lovely big hug, soften the shoulders. A little bit of a gentle rock from side to side. We're going to finish here with a nice spinal twist. So just stretch your arms out. If you haven't got room to stretch your arms out, just make cactus arms. And then from here, bring the knees into a tabletop position. Actually, you know what we're going to do today? We're actually going to stretch our left leg long and bring the right knee into tabletop. And as you exhale, we're just going to let that right knee move across your body. I want you to keep the right shoulder on the floor. So sometimes it's quite nice to put some cushions actually underneath the knee and the shin and foot to support you if that feels a little strong. And if it feels super strong like that, then just bend both knees and bring them together. Modify how you need to. Otherwise, from here, just feel that the shoulders are nicely softening down into the floor. The gaze is up, or you can take the gaze over to the right side. Just feel the back body melting into the earth. Just let your breath surround you. Feel like you're breathing in through every part of your body, breathing out through every part of your body. We're going to slowly inhale that right leg up, place the foot down, and lower the legs together. Let's do the other side. So we're going to bend the left knee up now, and exhale it over to the right side. And if you need to, you can take the bolster with you underneath your knee or your shin, and really soften shoulder blades down. Whole of that back body just feels like it's melting. Breathe into the belly, gazing up, or maybe taking the gaze over your left shoulder. The mind begins to wander, then once again just focus on following your inhale and your exhale. Perfect. When you're ready, inhale, bring yourself all the way back, Sage. Hug your knee into your chest. Now, from here, you stay exactly where you are, but I'm just going to rescue this pool noodle from Sage. She's already chewed up a complete one. So as you lie on your back, hug your knees and give yourself a little bit of a gentle rock. Let's just stretch our arms and our legs up towards the ceiling. Give them a little bit of a shake. I know this seems a bit funny, but no one can see you. And then just be still. Feel the arms just slotting into the shoulder socket, the thighs slotting into the hip socket, and just be still, full of breath. Good. Smile to yourself. Then when you're ready, give yourself a lovely big hug and make your way into Shavasana. So making sure you're comfortable, you're warm. Support yourself if you need to with a cushion under your head or something under your knees. Cover yourself in a blanket. You can have your arms 6 or 7 inches away from your side body, palms up or in. Just feeling the whole body relaxing into the earth. Know that you're supported there. The right and the left sides of the body feel equally releasing, equal contact with your mat. Take a couple of really deep, full inhalations. Exhale through the mouth. 2 more like that. Inhaling. Exhale. Last one. Now gently close your mouth. Just feel that softness flowing through you. Visualize the breath flowing in through the soles of your feet, flowing all the way up through the entire body to the crown of your head. And then exhaling from the crown of the head all the way down through the soles of the feet. Breathing, inhaling up the body, exhaling down the body. And as you inhale, invite in that beautiful deep relaxation. And as you exhale, just release anything that doesn't serve you. Inhale, inviting in relaxation. And exhale, just letting go. and allow yourself now to be still, calm and quiet in your body, in your breath, and in your mind. Just settle yourself back into your relaxation, allowing yourself to be still, calm and quiet in your body, in your breath, and in your mind. Taking a deeper than normal breath in and breathe out all the way. If you wish to remain longer in Shavasana, I invite you to stay. Otherwise, just slowly moving your fingers, your toes, just stretching yourself out. Allow your knees to come to your chest and just roll to your preferred side for a moment. Becoming aware of your position, sounds that you can hear inside and out. When you're ready, just gradually opening the eyes, slowly moving from that side of the body into a seated position just for a moment, sitting comfortably. So make sure you are comfortable. And when you have sat comfortably, bring your hands to prayer. Close your eyes just for a moment and just find that stillness that you had in Shavasana. Take that with you. Take a moment to also acknowledge the time you have made to practice and those you may be sharing this practice with. And as acknowledgement, we bow forehead to fingertips as we say Namaste. Namaste. So thank you for myself and for Sage, who made her voice known in that. I hope you're all well. Give me any feedback. Hopefully, that is a nice sort of slightly gentler than the normal flow that I often teach. If you would like a gentler style, if you'd like some yin or restorative, give me some feedback. You can visit. My details are all on yogawithalex.com.au. Otherwise, I look forward to practicing with you soon. Thank you.